What's up, fight fans? Thank you, as always, for coming through. Much appreciated. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. All right, let's talk Kell Brook for a second. Let's calm down as well, British fans. Let's calm down. He beat Rabchenko, and I applauded him for that Rabchenko performance, but that is Rabchenko. And I can understand Kell Brook. I can understand him being excited. We talked about, look, I'm Terminator, I'm back. You guys thought I was gone. I think even Kell Brook needs to just rein it in just a little bit. Now, in terms of possible next fights at 154 pounds, Charlo has said, look, if Kell Brook was to come through this fight, then he's ready for June the 9th. Eddie Hearn doesn't want none of that, not yet. He kind of avoided the question a few times as well when asked the question. So I look at the 154-pound division. I've already said it, that in terms of star names, in terms of money fights, it is quite weak, right? You almost feel like Kell Brook could be the big draw in the division now, and that's strange, but you look at it, you got Liam Smith, who's going to probably fight Saddam Ali. You got Lara, who's fighting Hurd. And then you got other fighters that people might not know, like Lubin and Hatley. And obviously Charlo is probably the biggest name in there financially right now. So Kell Brook added to that division could be the big name. Because look, Kell Brook, Eddie Hearn has put Kell Brook on box office, I think 3 or 4 times. So he's the big money, he's the big draw. An interesting name that popped up on Kell Brook's timeline, or my timeline, was Errol Spence. Errol Spence said, look, if Kell Brook wins a title at 154 pounds, he wants some of it. I didn't know if Errol Spence was just being cheeky. I didn't know if Errol Spence was just name dropping for the sake of it because he's struggling himself to get a big fight at 147. I mean, Errol Spence has even called out Canelo at 160, so he's willing to jump the weight classes. It's not a problem for him. I think for him right now, he just needs big fights. And I think the thing that eats Errol Spence, and I've seen it in a few interviews, everyone talks about the weight drain for Kell Brook, right? Everyone talks about that as the reason Kell Brook lost that fight. Everyone does. Everyone says up until round 8 and 9, it's okay. And then, look, he just seemed to be suffering from, obviously, the weight cut. And I think Errol Spence hears that. So Errol Spence is probably in the mindset like, okay, if you're suffering from the weight cut, take your ass to 154 and I'll meet you there. So you don't have the weight cut problem. So it's interesting. Eddie Hearn reached out and said, absolutely, we'll do that fight. Kell Brook reached out on his Twitter saying, yes, let's give me that fight. So I wonder if the big fights that I was thinking about at 154 aren't going to happen, but more a case of some of the guys from 147 jump up, which could be, I think, more better fights. Keith Thurman will happily jump up to 154. Sean Porter will happily jump up to 154 as well. So I think that's probably where the big fights are going to come from. But what do you guys think about Errol Spence, Kell Brook at 154? Because I remember watching that fight, and yes, it was a very good fight and competitive for a few rounds. And I did think the gas tank ran empty, and I think that's what Errol Spence capitalized on. Would it be different at 154 pounds? Would it? Because let's also understand Errol Spence will put on the weight and he'll be bigger and he'll carry up the power as well. I don't know. I feel like I can foresee the same outcome. But you never know. It's a fantastic fight to make. Why wouldn't you make that if you're Eddie Hearn? It's a pay-per-view attraction, definitely. But it only happens if Kell Brook wins a title. That's what Errol Spence is saying. I think, again, they're going to go that Saddam Ali route, win a title, and then they're going to try and get some of those guys from 147 to come up rather than fight some of the big boys at 154. What do you guys make of it? Let me know. Peace.